Hi there, everybody. Discretionary grants was released late last night. So the discretionary grants, there's a bit more information on them now. So the councils are going to have a discretionary fund, and that can be approximately 5% of the monies they've already been given out for the other grants. And this is for people who have some sort of fixed premises. Now, the grants can be 25 grand, they can be 10 grand, but they can also be under 10 grand. So until our councils give us our information on what they're going to do, we don't know exactly how that's going to stand. But it is good news for people who have industrial units and various other premises that have been missed out so far. So those people should be able to apply for some sort of grant, but it does look like it's some sort of fixed fund at the moment, there's a lot of discretion there. So that's going to be the biggest problem, I think, really, is different councils might decide different things. I've had a quick look on the Plymouth City Council website, and at the moment there's nothing further about it. But if you want to really know the real details of what the government have been given, then obviously have a look at the whole form, which I'll put in the link underneath. It's quite a long-winded form, but basically just to give you a bit of an idea, there are going to be it's based on fixed premises costs, and one of the things that's going to be quite important is the number of staff you have and your turnover and your assets. So if you're a small micro company and that, the different rules are 630 grand turnover or 10 million turnover. It's a big difference there, and less than 10 staff or less than 50 staff. So there is going to be quite a wide variety of discretion up for the councils depending on the size of the business. So that's going to be one thing. As I mentioned before, shared offices, things like science parks and market traders, things like that, people who've already been missed. So if you already had your 10 grand, you can't have it again. That's one of the conditions in there for sure. Bed and breakfast, so people, they're already paying council tax, so they're included, and charities are going to be included. If they would have been able to apply, if they normally paid small business rates, then they'll be able to apply for this. So the main criteria is under 51,000 on the rates grants, so rateable value grants. All right, so watch out for that. So it is coming now, but the thing is, there's going to be extra criteria in this one, and that could be what means that some people don't get it. So don't get your hopes up too much, but basically you have to show that you have been affected by all of this quite seriously, and then that's where the Plymouth City Council, whoever the council will be, they'll decide what's relevant to their area. So if they think a business is relevant to their area and they want to help save it, then they have the discretion to do that as well within the government guidelines. If you've already had some other funding, obviously if you've had the business rates grants, you're not going to get it, but also it lists some of the other grants that you might not get it for. If you've had the self-employment grant, you might not get it. If you've had some of the other grants, there's lots of dairy farmers and things like that. There's a lot of grants out there as well. So if you're on that list, you probably won't get it, even if you apply, could have done with everything else. But what it does say, and what I thought was quite interesting, was if you've had job retention scheme grants, then you can get it even if you've had that. So that's really good. And the other condition is you have to be in business at the 11th of March. So there's lots of conditions there. So I would suggest that if you think you might be able to apply for this grant when the details are coming out from your local council, just make sure before you get your hopes up too much that you aren't excluded on one of the other grounds already. Okay, time to shine.